Hello, hello. It's day 2 of our 7-day challenge. So this free challenge, I just realized my window's showing. I apologize for that. I usually have it turned a little bit, I think. Anyway, this challenge is super simple, and what we're doing is simplifying our lunches on the Trim Healthy Mama way of eating lifestyle that we're all following here. So this challenge is totally free. As always, you can go to the wellplannedkitchen.com/simple lunch to sign up. I do have some big lists of soups and salads heading your way, easy lunch ideas. Now, the goal for this challenge is to stop overthinking your journey. I want you to stop overcomplicating it if you can. The reason why is I find that when I do surveys of people who are coming into my boot camp, and I have a handful of spots left. It's almost sold out already. The wellplannedkitchen.com/THM bootcamp. One of the main things that I hear from people is they feel overwhelmed by the plan. They feel like it's too much work. They feel like they don't know what to eat, or it's easier to grab an off-plan food. So in boot camp, we work on eliminating excuses, and we work on focusing on the important parts and not getting caught up in what am I going to eat? What kind of meals do I have to prepare? We're going to make it super simple. So this is not part of boot camp. This is just a free little challenge. One way that I like to simplify lunches is just choose between two things. Choose a salad or a soup for lunch every single day. We know that we can have decision fatigue. It's a real thing. We know that the more choices you have to make throughout the day, the more likely you are to go off plan at the end of the day, which is why we work so much on making decisions ahead of time that are easy to follow through on. And then we talk about how to make investments into those decisions so that you can follow through on them more easily and you're more likely to follow through on those. But one simple trick, and it's the same thing for breakfast. We might do a breakfast challenge at one point. Just give yourself fewer choices. Now, here's the thing. With soup and salad, the possibilities are endless. If you're having either soup or a salad every single day for a week, and maybe even beyond that, you can have S's, you can have E's, you can have FP's. So one idea might be on day 1, we're on day 2 already, but on day 1, make some salad in a jar and just grab one every other day for the week. Have one right after you make it. You're already making a salad, just throw some extra ingredients in jars and stick it in your fridge. On day 2, today, or maybe even tomorrow, make a big pot of soup. Make the Trim Train taco soup. And my favorite way to do that, I have some YouTube videos on that too. Make a big giant pot of soup. It's an FP. You can find the recipe on the Trim Healthy Mama website. And I think that one's also on their Facebook group. And when you have the soup, I would freeze half if you're not feeding your family. It makes so much. I freeze it into individual portions. I use these silicone bags. I think I have some at the wellplannedkitchen.com/Amazon if you want to see what I use. But I will freeze them in individual portions and keep a couple of portions available. So if I throw it all in the pot in the morning, keep it on low if you can watch it. If you can't, don't be unsafe, but keep an eye on it. And if you can, by lunchtime, you have your bowl of soup. Then you portion it, cool it off, portion it, freeze the other portions, or put a few in the fridge for the next few days. Then when you get your FP soup, to make it an S, I add some shredded Mexican cheese on top. Or the queso fresco on top instead. I'll add some avocado, diced avocado. So that will be my S version. If I want an E soup, I will add some black beans just to the one portion that I'm thawing at a time. I don't add it to the whole pot. So that way I still have the flexibility. Add some black beans, add some pinto beans. You could even add some brown rice or wild rice in there. So good to turn it into an E. Or just keep it in FP. And when I make mine in FP, I really like to make an FP bread from the Trim Healthy Mama book. I'll make the wonderful white blender bread from Trim Healthy Table and have a slice of that with my Trim Train soup. It is a super filling, super slimming lunch. The idea is make it simple, either soup or salad. Like I've mentioned before, maybe your soup, you don't have time to make soup, grab a can of light Progresso soup from the grocery store. The light flavors that aren't cream-based are on plan for the most part. So grabbing a light Progresso soup, that counts. That's having a soup for lunch. That's making it easy on yourself. So I want you to have the goal this week for the next several days of the challenge. Simplify your lunches. Don't overthink them. Make them simple. And then if you're able to, so you're either having a salad or a soup, if you want your salads to be easy, same thing, add some beans to an FP salad. Have a big bed of mixed greens, tons of veggies. Then add some beans, add extra carrots, add onions if you like it. I don't really like raw onions in my salad, but all of that stuff for a really great E salad. For an S salad, now one of the things we work on in my boot camp is I don't love it when people overdo dairy. I just don't see the same results. And I'm sure if you've hung out with me on YouTube for a little while, you've probably seen me comment on that before. But adding a garnish amount of cheese or a little bit of cheese is okay. Add some olives. You can add S ingredients to your salad, add a creamy dressing to make it an S. But the idea for this week is it can be so simple that you're just alternating soups and salads. And it can be so simple that you only have to prepare foods 2 days out of the 7 that we're doing this challenge. And that could even last longer than that. So think of super simple ways to simplify your journey. That's why I'm here at thewellplannedkitchen.com, just helping everybody simplify THM and not take quite so much effort. But if you do want to get serious about your journey and you do want some coaching, you do want my 6-week guided system to making THM the easiest option, to making it easier to stay completely on plan for life, I do have those handful of spots left at in my boot camp. So that's thewellplannedkitchen.com/THM bootcamp. We start next Tuesday. So I would love to have you join us. And I would love to hear what you're eating for lunch today. So please feel free to comment and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.